My name is Daniel. I'm thrilled to welcome you to this webinar session. Today, Maria here will be giving us some edible insights to master the art of recovery. So it's great to have you all here with us today. If you have any questions during this session, please feel free to use the chat feature, which is located on the side of your screen. We can answer that by the end of the webinar. We're always looking to improve our programs, so we'll be sending out a quick survey after this webinar to show our appreciation for your participation. We'll be randomly selecting a lucky winner to receive an Amazon gift card, so please keep an eye out for the survey in your inbox. Here at Leafy Doc, we want to make sure that we're providing the best educational resources for our community, so we're proud to offer a cannabis health coaching consultation service. Whether you are a seasoned cannabis user or new to the scene, our one-on-one coaching sessions can help you navigate the different options available to you and how they can fit into your lifestyle. So if you're interested, please head over to our website, check out the Cannabis Health Coach tab, or you can send us an email at hello@leafydoc.com. We will be happy to help. Today, our speaker is Maria, as I mentioned. She's one of our expert cannabis health coaches, and with over 15 years of experience as a registered dietitian and several medical cannabis certifications, she's the perfect person to guide us through today's topic. Maria, welcome. Please feel free to take over.
Thank you. All right, it's a pleasure being here today, and this is a topic I think that a lot of people are interested in. So I wanted to go over some of the common types of edibles. So there's really a lot. We're just going to focus on what are common ones at local dispensaries. So that would be beverages. There's many different types. Some are carbonated, some are with sugar, some are without, all kinds of different flavors. Baked goods. So that could be anything from the classic brownie to cookies or marshmallows, all kinds of different baked goods. Gummies, gummy bears, just different. They can be many different flavors. Gourmet candy. This has actually gotten to be pretty big, especially some of the gourmet chocolates. There's definitely some really good chocolatiers that have started going into some of the cannabis and chocolate combinations, and they've got a lot of unique flavors. The hard candies as well as savory snacks. So as I was looking up savory snacks, it looks like there's a lot of different popcorns and a lot of different things that you might not necessarily think of for edibles, but there's certainly a big market for many different types of flavors and sweetness. So I wanted to talk a little bit also about the digestive system. The digestive system can really have a big influence on how the edible is consumed and when the presentation of the effects happen. So basically, the organs in the digestive system help to break down the food and absorb it. And it starts in our mouths. When we start chewing, the saliva that's in our mouth will start to activate the digestive system. The endocannabinoid system is a network of chemical signals and cellular receptors. So it's basically all over the body because it's a chemical signal and it's a part of the cells with its receptors. So you can find different types of the CB1 receptor targets as well as the CB2 receptor targets. So those are things that will regulate lots of really important bodily functions. So CB1 focuses on the motor activity, thinking, motor coordination, appetite, short-term memory, pain perception, and immune cells. And then the CB2 receptor targets are really a lot of the other really main medical areas of the body. So things like the kidneys, the pancreas, eye, bone, it goes on. So it certainly is found all over the body because it's part of the cells. And some of the journey through the digestive system, I wanted to walk through that because it does have such an effect on what the influence is from, internal organs. So with the cell lining of your stomach, the small intestines makes and releases hormones that control how your digestive system works. So if you think of the cell linings of your stomach, there's lots of things that could be different for different people. So if somebody has an ulcer, then that could affect how food would be digested. If somebody has something with their stomach lining being irritated for multiple reasons, then that could affect how the digestion is. So basically, the hormones also tell the body when to make digestive juices, and that sends signals to your brain that you're hungry or full. So there's actually, for weight loss surgery and some of the weight loss medications, there's found to be some adjustments that happen with the hunger signals. So anyhow, that can have an influence on digestion. And the pancreas also makes hormones that are important for digestion. So the pancreas is responsible for a lot of different things, especially within blood sugar regulation. So if an individual had some sort of high blood sugar issue or low blood sugar issue, that could influence how the food is digested. So as you can see, there's really a lot of different organs that are involved with digestion. The liver, bile, it breaks down fat, removes toxins. If someone had a liver condition, then that might have an influence on the digestive process. And gallbladder also, that if someone has a gallbladder or does not have a gallbladder, that would influence how digestion works. So that's part of it. And we're actually not done yet. The next part of the journey, it heads through the small intestine, and the small intestine is where a lot of the absorption of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates come from. So the small intestines is also basically where most of the work is done in the digestive system. And then the large intestines is where it absorbs the salt and it basically creates and stores stool. So it's part of the end of the digestive system. But even how long someone's intestines are, that can affect how long it can take for food to get through the digestive system. So many factors influence how food is digested and how an edible would be digested. And the next part I wanted to talk about was the dosing. So some of the dosing that you'll see on edible packages are listed as what's contained within there. So just some guidelines. What's considered a low dose would be about 5 milligrams or lower. That would probably be a good place to start for a beginner user or someone that is getting back into trying edibles after quite some time. And the next category would be 10 to 15 milligrams. That would be considered a moderate dose. And then 20 plus is considered a higher dose. So again, thinking of all of those different reasons why digestion and when it will take effect can be influenced. Just a rule of thumb, definitely wait at least 2 hours before eating more. So some strategies for recovering from the edible experience. One, time. So it just takes time. How much time? It can be influenced on how the digestive system was working. So just taking time. That's the number one. The number two is hydration. Hydration is extremely important. On a typical day, it's suggested to have a minimum of 65 ounces of water. That's a minimum. If someone were in a hot environment or if they do some sort of physical activity, those influences for water would definitely increase the necessity of water consumption. So Usually just trying to stay hydrated would involve more than 65 ounces per day of water. And the next is sleep. Sleep is just really helpful to help pass the time. So if the experience is too intense, then sleep can help um, just take some of that part away of being that high anxiety level. The next is a companion. So it's always great to have a good companion, a friend around when recovering from the edible experience. So that can be really beneficial. Next, a couple of other tips are the deep breathing and meditation. We actually at Leafy Doc have covered that before. So there is a webinar that you can access for some deep breathing and meditation recommendations. But really, deep breathing, one tactic for it that you can think of is what's called box breathing. So, box breathing is if you think of a four-sided box, it would be taking a breath in for a 4 count. And if we do that together, it would be a, and then out for a 4 count. And then in for a 4 count. And out. And then you would repeat that. So that's a method of box breathing that helps with regulating some of the blood pressure and bringing more homeostasis to the body. And number 6 is distraction. Distraction's great. So, that could be anything from reading a book to bird watching clouds. It's just distraction. So whatever is going to help keep your mind off of things, that would be helpful to partake in. Another is entertainment. So classic movie, just some music, great entertainment, helpful for recovering. Also, a comfortable environment. So that's extremely important. A comfortable environment would include easy access to water. If you wanted to have a well-balanced meal, especially the day after an edible or after a few hours, just making sure that hydration is there. So maybe if a Pedialyte is necessary, then that could be something to go for. Urine color is a good indicator of hydration status. So really dark color is not good. It should be a very light yellow. And then something like taking a shower, having some green tea or something like that can be really helpful for recovery. So this information I found from the Leafy Dog blog, as well as a few other sources. And I was happy to share that with everyone today.
Thank you so much, Maria. This is definitely very interesting. And I want to take this time to thank you and invite everyone here to join us for the next webinar next month. We will be doing some CBD queso and chips recipe. So tune in for that next month. We'll be sending out the invites as well so that you can also register for that webinar on September 27th. Thank you all for joining us. And until next time, thank you, Maria.
Thank you.